Hello and welcome to episode 4 of ScriptNuggets. I'm Michael Burrows,
I'm Liam O'Toole.
and we have a guest appearance today. Would you like to introduce yourself, good sir?
Sup, peeps? My name's Paul Burrows. I'm that
So-
guy's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about it?
So he's going to be giving us our story prompt for today. This is
you
his
bet.
second time on the show because we apparently don't have enough good friends.
Yep.
Without further ado, I want to slide that mic over to him, and he
Turn it
will
right over to Paul.
give us our story prompt. I'll try to write it down as we get it.
All right. This could get a little crazy.
Okay.
So, first I have to hit you with the setting.
All right. Hit
So
me.
you can go either Old West
Okay.
or Space Cowboy with this.
Okay.
It doesn't actually, the prompt isn't contingent upon the setting.
Okay.
Pick one of those. It could even be crazier than that
Sure.
if you want.
Sure.
So here's what I'm thinking. So, the local small Old West and or Space Cowboy type town, local bartender, the local bartender manages to apprehend a wanted outlaw by mistakenly serving him some bad whiskey, and the story that you're going for here is little nuggets of his life after the incident and how he copes with his sort of unwanted newfound fame.
Okay, right, because the whiskey's bad.
Yeah,
But he captured this guy.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that
Okay.
he's torn up about the whiskey necessarily. It's that he's just a regular guy, and he's like the talk of the town. Everybody wants to meet him. He's like famous because of this incident, and he doesn't necessarily want that.
Right,
He's just a regular guy trying to tend some bar. So that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Bad whiskey. Outlaw behind bars, reward money goes to bartender. Bartender's famous. He doesn't know what to do with his life now.
You know, that reminds me a lot of a song I know. It goes something like bad whiskey.
That's a real number.
It's a good one.
That's a real. That's a little ditty right
It's
there.
a little bitty. Yeah. All right.
All right, let's.
Thank you for your contribution to the cause.
Thank you. Let's light this.
Let's light this nugget. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Get it lit,
exactly.
Man. All right. Good deal, man. Take
light
it easy.
light it on fire, indeed.
That's the one. All right.
Yes.
Good deal, man. Take it easy. Why don't we get this a little more?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that works.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Gnarly. Okay, and so it begins.
A local bartender in Western Town apprehends outlaw by serving bad whiskey.
I feel like we're not doing ourselves any favors by having this necessarily be like Space Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, we could leave it ambiguous. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want to open that can of spam.
I think worms is the phrase, Liam.
No, but the space cowboy genre is better than worms usually.
Okay, all right. But yeah, we're gonna want to not. I think we should go Old West.
Old
I
West.
think I like that. I
Yeah,
think I
that
like that.
classic Old West. Yeah.
Now, who's this outlaw? Who's the outlaw? Actually, let's start with a better question. Who's this bartender? Who is he? What does he
Who is he?
want?
Right. He's a bartender. He's a bartender in a small town, we'll say. Small town, Old West. As far as what he wants, I guess a better question, first off, is who is he? How old is he? Is he middle-aged or is he older?
I'm thinking he's like middle-aged. I'm thinking he's
Middle-aged,
he's
like
average.
40s or
Yeah, sure.
Early 50s?
Sure.
Okay, so 40s or 50s. Maybe he's trying to secure a future for his kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
By bartending.
Right. He's just
The
trying to
best
make
thing he can do.
his
He-
day-to-day. He's getting by.
Yeah, he doesn't particularly enjoy bartending.
Yeah, but he's got to make a living somehow.
gotta
He's a
do it
simple man.
somehow. He
He's a
wants-
simple man.
Simple man
Sure.
making a living by bartending. Got to
Sure.
pass the money along to the kids somehow.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the best thing he could do.
Right.
So he's doing it. He's committed to it.
And he's not particularly gifted at it either. He's doing it.
No,
But he's
but
doing it.
He's doing it.
He's been at the game for a while though, right?
Because this is what he's sort of. This is sort of the direction his life has taken. This is what the job
It's
he's
just it's so to
he's
happen
found
that
himself
way.
in. It's not that he particularly enjoys it, but
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Simple man living a simple life. Okay. Who's the outlaw?
The outlaw. Okay, now we have to come up with an outlaw name, don't we? Something like Two Guns Bill or Revolver Randy.
Revolver. I like Revolver Randy. Actually, I'm a big fan of that.
I was just throwing out ideas.
That's
but
it,
if
Liam.
you want to settle
No, that's
for that
it.
one,
That's the one. That's the one.
Okay, all right, that's good with me.
That's it, Liam. That's the one.
Revolver Randy. Is he a young gun or an old gun or a?
Well,
These are important questions. Before
I
we
think
start.
he's also like got to be like 40s. Like
So he's in his 40s as well.
I think so. I think so.
Do we
Well-
want to make them sort of two sides of the same coin? In
Yeah.
that he's trying to secure a future for his kids as well. And
Okay.
it's not that he particularly enjoys, robbing stagecoaches and
Sure.
holding up trains. And,
Okay.
I don't know.
Right, but he believes that's how he has to get by. Right?
Yeah, it's sort of, he's made this decision to go into outlawing,
Okay. Okay.
and he can't really back out of it now. So he's just going
Sure.
to get as much money as he can for his kids.
Sure. So, okay. Well, here's another way of thinking about it too that could also work.
Yeah.
What if they're the same person? Okay.
Ooh, but you're not supposed to reveal that. That's the twist.
Liam, we are writing the script.
You didn't hear that, audience. You didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be. Yeah, don't worry about it.
But anyways, okay, so they're the same person.
Well, and that
Oh,
can.
shoot.
Well, so then the question: are they the same person literally? Are they the same person? I was thinking more. It's when you said two sides of the same coin. I was thinking like that Revolver Randy is like a manifestation of his, wilder side. Like, what if this is like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of situation? Although, actually, I think in the story they are the same.
In the
person,
story,
but-
they are literally the same guy.
Right. But that's also like a manifestation of good and evil that's sort of divided up, I think is the idea, right? So,
Yeah. That's interesting. The question is, how would that work?
How would that
as far
work?
as the story goes? He serves this guy bad whiskey. He drinks the whiskey himself, you mean?
no, so I'm not proposing that they
So
actually
you're not saying that they're literally the same
Correct.
person. You're saying that he's sort of a representation of
Yes.
another side to him.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And it could be what you were saying, that he, decides to do this stuff to get on with life. So it's sort of like he's this is an alternative path that our bartender could have taken.
He could have become this outlaw.
He could have become this guy.
Okay. So it's not a literal.
Right.
I'm not going to reveal anything if you haven't seen certain movies in which that's the case. There's certain movies where that's the twist. They're the same person. Where,
Yeah. So okay.
Okay. So it's more of a representation and not
Right.
quite.
So the bartender serves him bad whiskey. Now, is this just some garbage to your whiskey, or is this like there's like something nasty in the whiskey that's gonna like cause you to get sick, kind of bad whiskey? You know what I mean?
I think we're kind of going down the route that it's not just that's not very good. It's more
That's-
as in he had to do something. He had to mess something
There's
up.
something in that whiskey.
He had to screw something up royally.
There's something in that whiskey.
There's something in that whiskey that makes it taste horrible, just like awful.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not just your run-of-the-mill cheap
Some
whiskey.
bad whiskey.
Some really bad whiskey.
I get you. Now,
And the question, of course, remains: why does he do that? Is it an accident, or is he doing this on purpose?
good
Is he-
question. I think the way that the way our prompt was given implied that it was an accident. That's how
okay.
I got it.
So he was being careless.
Yeah. And he just happens to destroy this outlaw, who then presumably gets captured, right? Like he's
Captured,
jailed,
maybe hanged.
maybe hanged. We don't need to go into that. I don't think necessarily.
Maybe we could, though. Maybe that's on his conscience. I got this guy hanged. I know he was an outlaw, but
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I see it now. Yep. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I think what they do is they have a conversation at the bar that in which they sort of have a little bit of heart to heart. Like, these guys connect, you know? And that's why he feels bad about it. And I think maybe his conflict after the fact comes from the fact that, you know, his actions resulted in this man's death, but he's getting so much praise for it, so much attention for it, that
yeah,
he
he's
just didn't really want that.
And he's also he got a reward too for catching this man.
Right.
You know, wanted dead or
That's
alive.
blood money, man. That's
Blood money.
That's blood money,
And
dude.
that money, of course, secures the future for his kids, but he doesn't feel good about securing the future for his kids with that money.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I like this prompt. It's really giving us a lot of room to look into these characters a bit more.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So what happens to him after this whole thing's happened? The guy's
You
been
mean
hanged.
after that guy's been hanged?
Yeah, he gets his reward. Okay, first of all, what does he buy with his reward? Does he buy anything? Does he save it? Give it to his kids? Like, what's probably too early to give to his kids. I think he's probably got younger kids.
Okay. Yeah, he's got sort of younger kids, not quite ready to.
Not ready
they're
to
not
have
quite ready to
a lot of
have
money,
the
yeah.
inheritance. Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what is he gonna buy, if anything, or is he gonna save it?
Well.
He's like a responsible guy.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he buys better property. Maybe he buys a better bar.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he buys, a better bar, a saloon maybe. More people go there. Like the previous bar he had, not many people were going there. But now that he has this new one, it's this popular place. Everyone goes. Sheriffs go and have a drink. You know, everyone's there, and then they sort of want to be there too. They want to go there and meet the man who captured this outlaw.
Right. That makes sense. So then, I feel like this guy needs a downward spiral of some sort. Like, he
gets depressed about this whole situation.
Yeah.
He starts drinking more, maybe.
What if he becomes Revolver Randy?
Oh shoot! He becomes an outlaw himself.
Yeah. This is a little similar to how 2 ended up, but I like it.
It's an interesting proposition.
It is. So what if he? Well, except it's a little different because what if he? I'm not suggesting that he become an outlaw in the same capacity as he. Right. I'm suggesting that maybe he turns to. What if it's not just a bar? What if it's like it's a bar / casino, or like there's gambling happening?
Yeah, I think that's sort of what a saloon is. If I
Saloon.
understand it, a saloon, you have a bar and some gambling and some
I'm going to
maybe
pop
like a
quick
rodeo too. Yeah, look this up. This might be worth looking into.
There's one in nearby apparently. That's,
Oh, where is it?
Liam, we don't want to give that information.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, if we said a nearby town, I mean, that wouldn't be. Let's see, alternative name for a bar. Okay, well, okay. I don't think that it definitionally a saloon necessarily has gambling, but I think that the connotation's there. I think you could say that it does.
Yeah, I think so.
So he buys a saloon, okay, and to start, there's gambling, but he's not a part of it in any way, right? He's just owning the property, which is, fine, right?
Yeah.
But what if it's just like not enough for him? Do you know what I mean?
Not enough.
Like he needs.
How do you mean not enough?
Like he got this reward and he managed to buy a new property, but it's just like he needs more. So he turns to the gambling aspect of things and rigs the house. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what if he doesn't need more, but he wants more?
Yeah,
He's given this saloon, and he's given more stuff. He's thinking, oh, this is pretty good. Like before, then he was satisfied with just his sort of small bar. He thought, okay, I'll just work this bar for a while. But now that he's been given some wealth, he's like, this is pretty nice. I want some more of this.
I don't know if I believe that though from him. I don't know if because.
Or alternatively, he wants to punish himself, so he turns to crime. He feels like he won't be satisfied. Like maybe he doesn't fully know this, but there's a part of him he just kind of wants to be hanged, just like that, like the Revolver Randy.
Revolver Randy.
Just because he thinks he should be punished for that. He feels bad about what he did for Revolver Randy, and he feels like he'll only feel better once he gets the same punishment.
Okay.
So it's more like a self-destructive and not a I need more stuff. So.
Right. Here's a way to think about it. How to get from point A to point B there. I'm just sort of thinking out loud here. What if he sort of curious, like, what kind of a life did this Revolver Randy guy lead? Do you know? Like, what was he doing? And so he starts getting into this gambling thing more to just sort of learn about what it is and how it was part of Revolver Randy's life, but then he himself gets turned into that, and in that sense he becomes Revolver Randy. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's less about guilt over Revolver Randy and more about curiosity. Well, maybe he feels...
I think it's both.
Guilt and curiosity. So he feels some connection to this man, Revolver Randy, and he also feels guilty about it. So he thinks, well, how did Revolver Randy live? Should I... Like maybe he doesn't actively say, I want to live a life of crime, but he thinks, what if I tried this? This could be interesting. I'm trying to sort of connect the dots here.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like I feel like none of these things are quite enough motivation for this guy to really get into that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, okay, where is the connection? I feel like the connection that we have is in here's an idea. We haven't done a format like this before. Normally what we do is we will flesh out the entire script and then write the entire thing and then read it. What if we wrote scene 1 now? See where that takes us. This is the conversation between Randy and the bartender. And from that, we use what we have there to determine where he goes in the rest of the show.
Yeah, we could do that, yeah.
I think that would be worthwhile. So... our cast of characters.
Yeah, what's the bartender's name? No, I'm thinking of like old West names.
I'm gonna Google Old West names and see what I get.
All right, well, let's see.
I don't want famous people and legends. I want. This is some ridiculous stuff. No, these are terrible.
Abraham, Alonzo, Ambrose.
Butch, that's a name.
Butch, yeah.
That's a name. Oh my gosh.
What a name. Ezra, Gideon.
Whoa. Okay. Let's see. Do we need to give him a name? I think we do need to give him a name.
I think we do. He's his main character. He needs a name.
Yeah. We could just give him a surname. And it could be like bartender, and then his surname. That could be the character's name.
Bartender or Mr.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, right.
Smith. It's a classic name.
It is. Hold on. I'm Googling this. I'm going to look at some famous cowboys. Pickett. That's an old-timey last name.
The Kid.
Billy the Kid. Yeah, that'll work.
Ford. Cassidy.
Yeah, Butch Cassidy. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I like Pickett.
Pickett's not bad.
Bartender, Pickett, and Revolver. Randy.
And are there other characters, or we're not getting to
Not
that
yet.
Okay.
I think later.
So they're both around the same age.
Pickett is going to be like,
Mid-40s.
45. Randy's going to be like 47. Randim.
What have you done?
I don't know how I got to this format where it's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we've seen one. No, you don't give scenes names, Liam.
Well, you can. Just to clarify where it is.
That should clarify where it is, Liam.
Okay. Either way works.
I disagree.
Okay, you're wrong.
Okay.
Alright, yep.
So they're in the bar.
Washing glasses. Yeah, he's washing glasses, just sort of normal bartender thing to do. Randy walks in.
I think I get the sense that this bar is either right now, either very nearly empty or empty at this moment during this scene.
Yeah, that's sort of the idea. Like, might be one person in the back, but it's mostly empty.
Shoot, are we gonna have to do like some sort of southern accent on this?
A western accent?
We didn't think this through.
Like,
How's it going, partner?
Revolver Randy, you're going to the noose, Revolver Randy.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay. So let's not worry too much about that, but we can try to put in a little bit. What are you gonna order if you're in the West? Sarsaparilla.
What even is that? Sarsaparilla? That's some sort of drink.
Originally made from the.
Wait, that's a soft drink, though. It's not a beer. That's like a.
Is this something else?
Is it kind of that sounds like it's kind of like a root beer. This is the West. He's ordering a whiskey.
Yeah, he's gonna get a hard drink, man. Probably.
Should you say a whiskey or a certain type of whiskey?
Yeah, I like whiskey.
Bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get a bottle. I think he's just gonna start with a,
glass of whiskey. All right. Randy says.
Well, so Randy walks in and.
What's the kind of thing he would say?
Brings you to these parts.
Here you are, partner. Or is that? It's too cliche.
No, I don't think he says anything when he gives it to him. I think he's just gonna start like what brings you these parts.
How do you say that in an Old West sort of way? Whereabouts?
No, I think what brings you to these parts is Western enough.
Brings you to these parts. Right, parts. Partner.
No.
Brings you to these parts. Work. Oh. I was just gonna. Wrong place. I was gonna say sure do. God damn it. This is what happens when two people try to write a scene at the same time.
Okay, Liam. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Do it. No, do it.
Are you sure that's Western?
Yes.
Skedaddle.
It is now.
Okay, whatever. Heard it here first.
Oh,
folks.
shoot. Google has autocorrect for that word. That's awesome.
Oh, that's how you spell skedaddle.
Yeah, I get wrecked.
So the idea is that he gets drunk, sort of drunk, and that's what causes his mistake.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense. Okay. This just gave me another idea for where this could go after this scene.
Okay. Yeah.
There are two options. Generally, either, he could, accidentally result in the death of this outlaw, and end up getting credit for it, right? Or,
You mean the whiskey kills him?
yeah, which is what we were thinking originally.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the outlaw kills himself.
That's
And
dark.
he gets credit for killing him.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So on the one hand, it's just a complete accident.
Mm-hmm.
He gets too casual about just talking with this guy, so he thought, why not have a drink? And then he gets careless and gives him some rat poison or whatever. I don't know.
That would be that option, or
Something.
just something bad, food poisoning, whatever. Yeah,
Something bad. Or it's just sort of a. Maybe it just doesn't taste very good, and the guy's like, that doesn't really. But hang on, I'm trying to think. So it's not really about the whiskey tasting bad. It's this guy. He just wants to have some drinks, and then he's gonna do himself in.
Here's what I think is going on in this guy's head. This guy has been a thief or a criminal for ages.
Yeah.
No matter what he does, he's never satisfied. He's had enough.
Okay. He's been a criminal too long. He just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
He just goes to the bar for some drinks, and then he's gonna do himself in.
Yeah, but he's gonna do more than that. He's gonna set this bartender up for life. Do you see what I mean?
So he wants to. So he sort of.
I think he connects with this bartender in a way that makes him want to give the bartender something that he could never have. Because I think he thinks that a bounty like that could
secure
give
him for
anyone
life.
what they want. Yeah.
So it's sort of redeeming himself. I'm gonna redeem myself
Yeah.
by giving this bounty to someone sort of like me, who probably deserves it.
Yeah. And I don't know that he necessarily planned this coming in, right? I think maybe he comes to this decision during this.
Yeah, I think he's at the end of his rope already. He's thinking of some way out, but he kind of wants to do it the right way.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't want to turn himself in, but he wants to still redeem himself in some aspect.
Right. So, all right, let's keep going here.
So it's not really about the whiskey tasting bad then.
No, it's got nothing to do with the whiskey, I would say.
Okay.
Maybe he's drunk and that influences his decision making, but I think, yeah. Although, let's see, by serving bad whiskey. Well, that's part of the prompt to some extent.
It was part of the prompt. Well, I mean, we could just ignore it.
No, we got to try to use what we have. Well, we can still go that path, and it could be bad whiskey.
He served bad whiskey.
I know where to go. I got it. So
Yeah.
it's indirect. So this guy serves some whiskey that just tastes really bad.
Yeah.
Randy's like, "What are you doing? Serving me that bad whiskey? That's not cool." What if the bartender had to choose between buying like high grade whiskey and keeping food on the table for his family. You know what I mean?
Interesting choice. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that could be the answer. I'm trying to think if there's something I was sort of thinking about. Yeah, I guess I was sort of thinking along the same lines. Like, Randy is at first like, this tastes awful, but then he kind of realizes, wait a minute, this is as best as he can afford. This guy's not doing all that well. There's no one in his bar. He can't even fully afford good whiskey. So he thinks, well, this poor sap deserves better.
Yeah. I think let's try that.
Yeah. Damn.
No, wait.
Darn.
Dang. Nabbit.
Dang nabbit.
I like doggone it, actually.
Doggone it. Doggone it. I'm not sure that's necessary information. I'm getting another batch tomorrow.
I think he's making excuse. I mean, he's embarrassed that his bar has bad whiskey.
Oh, okay. So he wants to make it up to him.
Yeah.
So I'll get you another batch tomorrow.
And he's offering him some free stuff at that point. How is he gonna die?
What I was thinking is just sort of a classic shoots himself.
That's what I was thinking too, but he's got to get the gun in the other guy's hand. Do you see what I mean?
He sort of thrusts it into the other guy's hand, and then he pulls the trigger himself. He cocks it.
Oh yeah, maybe he could probably get that to happen. Yeah, there's not a much better way to do it. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, how is he gonna react to this?
I think we should go straight time cut right there. I think we should go right into the next scene, and it's like a while later.
Wait, should he just say something like Revolver Randy? Like that? Revolver Randy?
No. I really think like that moment, and then bam, we're in the next scene. Like just after everything's blown over. Like I think that would be really interesting.
Okay. Is this in a new saloon then?
Yeah.
This isn't. Should we have a conversation with the sheriff, or is that not unnecessary?
I think that might be unnecessary.
It might be.
Well,
actually. I mean,
well,
we already established that you're gonna tell him.
yeah, I know how we're gonna do that exposition. I got it. It's gonna be in the new saloon. We're gonna have a chorus of
Cowboys. Cowmen.
Is that not how you spell saloon? No, not salon. Thank you, Google Docs, for not knowing what
it's
it's.
two L's. Is it two L's?
Nuh-uh. No, I spelled it right. It's yeah, okay, whatever, man, whatever, Google.
I think it's sort of an old time term that got maybe modernized into salon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what's
So what I think is we're gonna get all the
story going?
exposition from these cowboys. Cowboy.
maybe just cow one, C1. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think he likes the story that much.
You boys want anything?
Yeah, good.
Are they also getting whiskey or something else?
They could get whiskey. Or we could make a joke about sarsaparilla.
A joke about sarsaparilla? Sarsaparilla. What kind of rilla?
No.
What? I don't know. What kind of cowboy drinks a soft drink? Downs a soft drink. I don't know. Great Revolver Randy.
Oh yeah. Revolver Randy or Randy Revolver?
It's Revolver Randy. We've established this.
I don't think we have.
I'm pretty sure we have.
I might have made the mistake earlier. No, I did it right there. Okay.
Yeah, so they're still kind of like, oh, you shot that guy. What a real cowboy you are. You're impressed by it, but Pickett's not all that. He doesn't really want to talk about it.
What is a common card game in which one gambles? Poker. I mean, but like
Poker.
how many people do you need to play poker? I've honestly never played poker. Gameplay.
Old West gambling games.
House dealer, house card.
Table game, baccarat, mini baccarat, blackjack, craps, roulette.
Blackjack. I don't know how blackjack works.
I sort of do. So is that what we're going for? He gets into gambling?
I think so. Do you think
Okay.
he should do something else?
I'm just trying to think why he does that. Is it because he wants something to do? He still kind of feels guilty about taking credit for killing. Or is it just genuine interest?
There's the question, right? Here's what I think. I think maybe it's genuine interest, but it's not something he was interested so much in as what Revolver Randy was doing, so much as it's just that side of him has been brought out a bit from that experience.
The sort of gambling outlaw side has been
Yeah.
brought out about his experience with Randy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the rules to Jack Black have
No, we don't
Jack-
have to.
Jack
We don't
Black.
have to do the rules.
Jack Black. I mean Blackjack.
Yeah, that's the guy.
What do you mean Blackjack? Sit down, I'll show you. Does the second cowboy know about this sort of thing, counting cards?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
fine. I think.
Okay. Go straight to scene 3
Yeah.
when he's really good at it. He's getting really good at counting cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do they bet in the Old West?
Or
Pieces of
a
gold,
better
pieces of
idea.
silver?
I think this is. I think he's at this point he's having an interview with the sheriff.
So the sheriff catches him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the style of this one is sort of flash forwards. There's a lot.
Wait, this could be really interesting because what if this scene is both his interview with the sheriff about Revolver Randy and his interview with the sheriff about himself?
Wait, what's the scene? Oh, so the sheriff catches him.
Yeah, I think the sheriff has already caught him.
Okay, the sheriff has caught him, and now
Dragged him
now
down
he's
to the
talking to him.
station. Yeah, interrogating him. Or interrogating is maybe the wrong word, but yeah, he's talking
So the
to
sheriff
him.
asks him questions, then he answers, and then Revolver Randy also answers.
No, so what I'm saying is we skipped this scene earlier where after Revolver Randy is dead.
Oh, so the scene where he's talking to the sheriff of what he did to. So we combine
What if
them,
we
so
mash those on top of each other?
juxtapose them,
Yeah. Now,
juxtaposition
in
them.
an actual stage setting, you could probably do that with like lighting. Like you have one just be lit differently.
What we can. Trying to think how we would do this. The sheriff will ask him a question. Maybe it's sort of a general question. Like, what have you been doing?
Oh, and then have the language be ambiguous enough for it to be about either one. Is that the direction you were?
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking.
That might.
Maybe.
They're pretty different things, though. I feel so.
Okay,
It might be
yeah.
real tough to do that. I think what we just want to do is we want to go back and forth, and have like lighting changes.
Lighting changes. So the sheriff asks him a question about what he did with Revolver Randy. He answers it. And the sheriff asks a question about his counting cards.
Yeah, something like that. Like, we'll start with the counting cards, actually.
Or maybe the sheriff asks him a question about Randy, and he answers about the counting cards. And then he asks him a question about the counting cards, and he answers about Revolver Randy. I'm trying to think the right way
That could
to
be
do this.
real tough, but it could work.
It could. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Would that make any sense? I think that would just be really confusing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think the audience would be able to understand.
I guess it would be hard
the
to do that
overlay.
one right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should we do instead?
I really do think we want to go for like
Just
we
so we
have a
know.
bit of exchange in one time, then we have a bit of exchange in the other time, and go back and
Go
forth.
back and forth. All right.
I think we should try that. Oh, this is really interesting. Accidentally, because this is about cards too.
Oh, never forget a face. Ooh.
Let's go into the video.
Yeah. Highlight reel.
Yeah, the highlight reel. That's right. I need to get this microphone. There we go.
I never forget a face. He wasn't just doing his job, though. He's a bartender. He doesn't shoot people.
Yeah, you're right. How does this end? How does he goes to jail? Right.
Okay, how does it end? Well, I'm not really sure.
Yeah. They could end there, I think.
Does there need to be a stronger conclusion?
Maybe. Like a nice way to cap it off, which is
Broken your head. He shoots him, the sheriff, and then himself. No. That would... I'm not ending it that way.
I think we end it there. I really think that's a good place to top it off.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of a better ending. There probably is one, but... Okay, should we...
We should read it.
Yeah, let's...
This is going to be an adventure because we're going to have to try to do
Western accents.
I think we wrote them in pretty well, so I think that'll make it easy. We don't have to go too over the top. So our cast of characters, we have bartender Pickett, age 45. We have Revolver Randy, age 47. We have cowboys, there are two of them, and a sheriff. Sheriff, how old is he? I'd say he's awning years.
Yeah, it's getting on years. Yeah.
Okay. Scene 1. Pickett is washing glasses in an empty bar. Revolver Randy walks in and approaches the counter. Oh, who's going to be who? I'll be Revolver Randy and you want to be Pickett? I'll be Revolver Randy and the sheriff and the cowboys.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The cowboys are going to be tough, but okay. Pickett is washing glasses in an empty bar. Randy walks in and approaches the counter. Whiskey. Pickett pours a glass of whiskey and hands it to Randy.
What brings you to these parts?
Work.
What kind of work?
The none of your damn business kind of work.
All right.
There's a pause in the conversation as Randy finishes his whiskey. Another.
Awful hard work, I reckon.
You got a family barkeep?
Sure do.
Then you know you'll do what's got to be done. I ain't no different from anyone else, you hear?
I hear. Been doing this for some odd 25 years now, yes, sir.
Ain't you get tired of that?
Well, sure. That don't mean I can just pack up and skedaddle.
Ain't that the truth? Randy finishes the glass of whiskey and holds up the glass. Pickett takes it and fills it.
I reckon you ain't walking out of here on sturdy legs.
Damned if I do. Why don't you pour yourself a drink too, barkeep?
Can't drink on the job.
You ain't on the job. You're just with good company's all.
Well, Suppose one couldn't hurt,
Pickett pours himself some whiskey. Never does.
except in the morning.
Silence as they drink. Randy spits out his whiskey. Pfft. What in tarnation?
What's the matter now?
Tastes like horse manure.
Doggone it. Knew I had a bad batch in here somewheres.
And why's that?
Couldn't afford better. Gotta keep food on the table. Get another batch tomorrow, though. On the house for you.
Mighty generous, but ain't necessary. Won't be here tomorrow.
Skipping town?
Something like that.
Got family nearby?
Nah, they're out east a ways.
They doing alright?
Trying, but we're just like anyone else.
What about...
Randy stands up and pulls out his revolver. Listen, partner, don't worry about me, you hear?
Take it easy, take it easy.
Now, when the sheriff rolls in tomorrow morning, you just tell him Revolver Randy strolled in, and you had to take things into your own hands. Randy cocks the gun, shoves it into Pickett's hand, and pulls the trigger. He falls to the floor, dead. Scene 2. Sometime later. Pickett is washing glasses at a new upscale saloon. 2 cowboys sit at the bar. Many others are present, drinking and gambling. Hey, Jeter, you hear old Pickett's story about the time he put down Revolver Randy? You're that Pickett?
Sure am.
Well, I'll be damned. Heard he shot that son of a gun square in the forehead after a glass of whiskey.
You boys want anything?
I'll have sarsaparilla. What kind of cowboy drinks soft? I'll take the whiskey like you drank when you sunk the great Revolver Randy. Pickett is silent. Cowboys 1 and 2 begin playing blackjack. Pickett takes some interest after a while.
What's the key to this here game anyhow?
What, you mean blackjack? Pray to God you get dealt right when you bet a lot.
What about them con men who can count cards?
Between you and me, it ain't that hard. Here, let me show you how. Pickett leans in. Scene 3. Sometime later, several years, in the sheriff's office. Don't think I need to explain why I dragged you here.
No, sir.
So you want to tell me why you did it?
Just wanted more, I reckon.
Owning the largest saloon this side of the Mississippi ain't enough for you? Pause. 3 years earlier. Revolver Randy's dead.
Yes, sir.
Surprised you recognized him.
Never forget a face.
You've done my territories a great service. 3 years later. You've done yourself a great disservice.
Would have been more a disservice if I just let myself rot behind that damn bar.
So your only solution was cheating at cards? 3 years earlier. This here award should set you and your family for life.
Sure hope so. That's all I ever really wanted.
You could live a wild life in a city if you wanted.
Never really been the wild type.
3 years later.
Guess the wild me just got out its cage.
Well, I'm putting it back in, Pickett. Shame what happened to you. Thought you were one of the better men of these parts.
Only thing that makes a man better than any other is being himself, and that's what I'm doing.
Nah, that Revolver Randy incident did something to you, I swear. Like something broke in your head.
Ain't nothing broke. Just different.
The end.
Yeah.
Pretty terrible attempts to the Nexus aside. This is interesting. I think this is my favorite one that we've done so far.
It's interesting. There's potential.
It does. I think this is another one where it doesn't necessarily, like, if I were to do it again and I were to choose any sort of length or format, I wouldn't make it that much longer than this. I would maybe do it as
Yeah,
an
I don't
act.
think it needs to be that much longer than we did it here. Like, it works this length. We don't really need any sort of scenes when he's getting good at counting cards or anything like that. It's just sort of implied.
I do think it would be good longer though. Like I don't think it would be necessarily be better or that it has to be longer, but I think it could well work longer if you introduced more characters like his family or, other characters. Like it could be, you could expand on this a lot.
Yeah. Not quite sure about the ending. Maybe it kind of works.
We were having kind of trouble driving at the conclusion we were trying to get to, and we were kind of in a rush. So
yeah, the conclusion isn't really clear.
Yeah, it was a little tough getting there, but it's okay. Yeah, I've definitely reworked the ending a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost like something more needs to happen in that final to cap it off.
I agree. I think you're right. But I think it's a really interesting plot, and I think
maybe if I had to revise this a little bit. I would delve a little bit deeper into Pickett and why he decides to start counting cards.
Right.
Whether it's mere curiosity or, I mean, the way we wrote it seems to be something that was brought out by the incident with Revolver Randy,
Right.
but we have to explore that a little bit more and define that a little bit more.
I agree. Maybe Randy had some history with that, or maybe it's just actually Pickett has a bit of a history with that somehow, but not in the same way.
Maybe.
Definitely a lot of history that could be explored here that would make it a lot more interesting, I think. And it would help knowing more about the setting, but we really were kind of ambiguous with the setting. We just Old West was the idea, so.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't try Space Cowboy.
Yeah,
that
right.
Would have been
I'm
a
glad
disaster.
that would have been interesting. That would have been bizarre, but yeah, here we are.
Yep.
Anything else you wanna?
I think that's it. It's a pretty interesting play.
This was a fun one. Yeah, good deal. So this has been Script Nuggets episode 4. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace out.